Welcome back! In today's episode I'm going to finish the interior of the gatehouse here, get it all lovely and set up as a storage room, and then I'll build out the farmland here in front of it as well and get that all matching and nice so it has a nice flow to it. Firstly, a quick recap. I went mining, hoping to find more diamonds so I can make some better armour, and I found a skeleton spawner not too far from the base. I did also find some diamonds too. I dug straight up so I could mark its location on the surface, and on the way home I tamed a wolf with the skelly bones I'd just acquired. Now that I've found myself some diamonds and I found that skeleton spawn, I'm actually going to convert it because I've got a lot of wood clearing to do and some ground to level to build the farm here, so I think I'm going to need to be able to repair all my tools. They've got mending on them except the sword. The sword doesn't have mending yet. They've all got mending on them, so having the skeleton spawner set up as an XP farm will be very helpful, won't it? Yes, yes. Also, I found a wolfie. Isn't he cute? Hello! I'm going to need soul sand, aren't I, to make it work properly. I could just make a budget one for now. I'm also going to need kelp, come to think of it. There we are. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4, isn't it, either side? So, that's where the gap will have to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. For now, I've just cleared it out and I've made it a big square. I need to dig out the floor still. I'm just loosely making this up based on what I've done before. Hi. Knockback is a bit annoying. It'll be better once they're coming down the chute. Freeze, I actually think I'm going to drop them down a bit so they're not going to be launched by the projectile, not the projectile, knockback. Because I've got respiration on my rapidly deteriorating helmet, I'm actually just going to tunnel straight up and then put water down because I can just swim up and down it. I don't need to have the soul sand for that, so I'll just do this for now. Can I get all the way down without drowning? That's the real question. I suspect I may not. Aha! Now I can't get out. There we go. Come on, up we go. There we go. Look at all those leggies. I might see if I can get up to level 30 because then I can put some enchantments on my actual diamond gear and then eventually replace my helmet. Taking the water out so they drop a bit now, which saves a couple of sword swings, but you can't drop them too far because then you're not close enough to the spawner. Now that I've got 36 levels, I'm going to go enchant with what I have before I inevitably die and lose it all and have to start again. No, I don't want thorns. Unbreaking. Actually, I need to go make a helmet. Since I will be abandoning this base in a moment anyway, when I come to actually build the interior of the gatehouse here, I'm actually just going to move all of this down to the skeleton spawner for now. I can build a second one later. But here's my setup at the moment. I've got a great big wall of chests, which is going to be sorted for everything. And then we come down here and we just have some little skeleton toes. It'll do for now. I will correct it once I've got the soul sand and can make the proper arrangement because it is far more effective. Got all my enchanting done for now. Got all diamond gear and I've got mending on everything except the chest plate because that'll swap out for an elytra, and I've got myself a bow because I like a bow. And with that welcome distraction done, I think I'm going to start... You're noisy. I think I'm going to start clearing the trees here all the way down to where I'm planning to put a dock, and I can then use this as the farmland and have all the wood that I need for building the inside of here. Cleared everything away here, and I've now got these two big spaces to work with. I'll level it out a little bit, but I do want to keep some of the hilly terrain. But you can see here, there's this path that comes from... Here's the gate here, I'm stood on it. It goes all the way down to there, and I've cleared out a little section there that gets me to the water. I'll tidy this up properly when I come to build on it. You can also see the waterways from quite well up here, so I would like to have some kind of stream or something coming down from this bit of the taiga, coming down the hills, and then weaving out this way, or possibly over here, or maybe multiple. I have like kind of a fractured land that leads to this bigger estuary, which will then have the harbour and the boats and stuff in it around here. But it got me a lot of spruce wood as well, so I can actually start building the inside now of this hallway, this kind of like grand entrance. And I think I'll get on with that first, rather than doing the farmland, because I'm going to end up with chests full of stuff, but no chests to put them in. So I think I'm just going to actually build the storage area in here first, and then I'll start on some landscaping stuff out here. for now, I think this will have to do. It is just a lot of boxes on walls, and it will do for storage. It's kind of got a look that I'm happy with at the moment. It's a bit flat, but I'll add to it as and when I need to. I don't quite know how the rest of the build is going to go up on the hill, so I'll bring features down as and when I've actually decided on things. I don't need to commit to anything now. I'm not at all shy about going back to things and adding to them and rebuilding them, because that's just life. You can't plan everything. The last thing I have to do for now is move the things in those chests into these chests, and then just block up these holes, because at the moment the chests are in the walls. So I need to get them out of there. I actually quite like organising chest rooms. It's something I find quite peaceful. The chest's sorted, so time to block up this. There we are. All done. Actually, I just need to put one more thing in, don't I? There we are. Where's the spruce? Let's put a chest there. It seems a little disorganised, but everything's in groups. This is all my stones. And then I've got the smelting stuff over here. This one, I think, is like a little farming heap. Yep, that's a little farm heap. I don't think this is... Yeah, this is nether. I think that's all it's got in there. This heap here is all just the monster drops. And then there's just mostly the kind of wood and organic stuff on this side. So it's like stone and smelting. Just the odd knickknacks in the floor piles, and then this is mostly wood and organics like the sugarcane and the leather, which I've put side by side because that's where they kind of need to be. Still need to make the rest of the path that will go all the way down to the water over there. I'll fill in all of this with farmland and maybe some little cottages, and I'd like to put in windmills and stuff at some point, but that's another day's job. But before we continue with the building down here with the farmland and everything, what I'm actually going to do is show you some of the more interesting bits of the surrounding up here, except is that night? That's night kicking in. I'll do it in the morning. This is the top of the village and there's a nice flat bit. But if we come through here... you can see it opens up pretty much immediately into this enormous crater. And this is going to make a very... let's get a better vantage point. This will make a very nice mine. Oh, one of my bees has travelled very far. So part of the settlement is going to include a massive, great big crater, which is going to be mined out, and I'll have rail carts and storage and platforms all over and cranes all feeding into this giant crater. So I'm actually thinking it might be quite nice to have some magical things in there as well, to have like big geodes and crystals sticking out of the surface as if that's what's being mined. But we're a little ways off doing that yet. That's probably going to be starting in a couple of episodes. I've got some foundation stuff I still need to do. We need to go to the nether, regrettably. And if I stand up here, you can see that it's just there. And the top of the village is just there, so it's really close. And if we go from the top of the village, we go around the edge of the taiga, there is actually, past here, I'll cut back, we've got some dark oak forest here, and we've got some more taiga, but in the taiga, there's another village, which might be a little easier to get the villagers from, just back up here, to this new village, rather than the ones that are... again, because there's like 3 villages in a line, and I think that's probably going to be the easier one to get villagers from. I just put my render distance up to see what was going on, and I've actually just spotted another village in the distance. That's 4 villagers. It's that one there, that one there, that one back over there at spawn, and then the one that I'm in. So, wonderful. Lots of villagers. I'll go check them out later. So I've just had a quick look around the spruce village, and honestly there was not a lot in it. There was an emerald. That was the most exciting thing, and I stole the bell, because I think that's tradition. From this village, I think it's that way to get to the plains one, so I'm just going to go check out that plains village, and then we'll just head back home. I don't think there's anything particularly exciting out here. Should I go get some dark oak? I'll go get some dark oak first. I got myself 13 dark oak saplings and some logs and just a load of junk in my inventory, which I might go drop off in this village. Yeah, it'll do. Now, I'll go and check out the other village over there. Oh, I hope they have a saddle here. So besides stealing an awful lot of hay bales, I got absolutely nothing from this village because it was just full of bread and potatoes. There are a lot of villages here though, so if I ever need to get more, this is a good one to come to. Oh, there is a grey cat. I thought I saw one around. I might come back for him later. I don't have any fish on me. This is such a pretty spot as well. Anyway, time to go back home. Here we are, look, this is the other side of the big hall. So after half an hour of wandering around other people's houses, it's time to get back to my own garden and my own farm, and I just need to move the cows and the sheep, and then get back to putting the farmland in place, because it's just incredibly flat and boring out here, so we need to get on with that. I found some pigs the other day, which I've already popped here, and I will eventually build them all, pig pens and cow sheds and things, but for now I'm just moving them. Treat yourself. With the farmland finished, I am back on the roof, just having a quick look, and it looks okay. It's farmland, so it's never going to look particularly riveting, but it's doing okay. I would like to spread it into here at some point, and probably down to here at some point as well, so that it just feels like it fits around the settlement a lot more, and I will be putting the pigs and the cows and the sheep into their own buildings, probably just around the edges. They don't need to be really accessible, but it would be nice to have some other buildings on the horizon that aren't just more villager-style houses. But yeah, for now, I think that'll do. I've kind of let it grow in a little bit, and I've scattered some moss and some grass, just so it doesn't feel too manicured. I'm also growing lots of hay, because at some point I want to get a load of mud from the river, because you use a water bottle and turn all the dirt into mud, and then I want to make the, is it packed mud, is that what it's called? Which I'm probably going to use for the path. The path isn't done yet, because I don't 100% know where everything's going to be, so for now, we've just got rough stone walls, left it at grass, and I'll eventually put the path in, going all the way down to the harbour. I think I'm actually going to put a second harbour down here, have two, so that this path continues around and then sweeps down this little channel. I think that might be quite nice, and also kind of give me a reason to fill up this bit of the land. But I think for now, I shall call it here. I think I've done enough for one day. Next episode, I'll probably make a nether portal, as I'd like to get myself an elytra and some shulkers sooner rather than later. I hope to see you there. Thank you for watching. Bye!